Hello, thank you for tuning in today. I'm going to do a quick presentation here on how to do TikTok videos. And I'm by no means an expert or somebody who, really knows what I'm doing, but I have a little bit of a following and I just figured I'd show some people the basic ins and outs and some tips and tricks that I've found that have worked for me. So I'm going to share my screen here. I have created a PowerPoint for you all. So we're going to start here. When you open up the app, sometimes there'll be an ad, but once you skip ad, this is going to be your home screen. So this is a girl that I follow. She does makeup. She's really awesome. So this is going to be your main how to navigate. You're going to have on the bottom, you're going to have your home page, which is going to be give you two options, your following option. So I follow her. She's going to show up on my following, or your for you. So your for you is going to really understand what you like and what you follow. So if you're really big into makeup, you're going to see a lot of makeup. If you do videos and you use keywords like nutrition, you're going to start seeing nutrition people. So it's kind of smart like that, right? So your next tab on the bottom is going to be discover. That's where you're going to find trends and stuff. The big plus button on the bottom is going to be how you create a video. Your inbox there is going to be all of your notifications, and your me page is going to be your profile. Along the right side, you're going to have that person's profile, so you can either follow that person or just see what their stuff looks like before you decide to follow them. You can like their video by hearting it. You can also double tap. You can comment, or you can click that little arrow button, which is going to allow you to duet with them or send it to a friend or stitch with them. We'll go into that a little bit later. So second page. So the discover tag on the tab on the bottom, this is where you're going to find those trending videos. So sometimes there's going to be some really weird stuff that's not going to apply to you at all, like NBA stuff. Or right now, the Viva cleaning hacks is really big. It's literally people using paper towels. I don't know, but you can click on one of the hashtags and look at what the top ones are. So you can sometimes see the original, but sometimes they don't even, they don't even make sense. They're just like people doing stuff. So you can mimic that trend and really get followers that way. So you kind of watch a few videos and get the general understanding. Sometimes it's people like doing makeup to the song and then they put their head down and then they put their head up and their full makeup is done. Stuff like that. So some of them, take a little bit of time to navigate and create. You can also take the sound directly from that video. So if it's like, a certain song or somebody speaking and you want to speak over it, you can click on, actually, I'll show you right here on this part. If you see where my mouse is, where the little music button is, you can click on that and you can click use this sound. So the next tag is going to be how to add a video. So that plus button. So it's going to show up just like any other camera app or whatever. And you've got the option for a 15-second or a 60-second video. You can do a live if you want to do a live to generate some followers. You can do templates. The upload button is where you can put any photos or any videos you can stitch into it. So it's kind of like the Reels if you've been playing around with the Instagram Reels, but there's way more options with TikTok. So it might be a little bit better of an idea to create the video in TikTok and then use it on Reels. Just remember that the Reels are only 15 seconds. So you can also on the top right here, you can flip your camera, adjust the speed, do the beauty and the filters, or have a timer. The next slide is about the effects here. So if you clicked on that effects button, all of these, there's just hundreds of them. You can click trending, new, interactive, green screen, and play around with them. Really spend some time going into this app and clicking on each one and find one that may be fun. Because if you use one of these type of effects, you're going to show up on people's for yous. It's going to get you generate more attention. So some of them are super goofy. Like what I would do is I would do my whole video and then in the very end I would do like my eyes popping out being like, whoa, that's crazy. And then it just kind of, gives you that much more attention. So we have the effects button after you create the video. So if you go back and you finish your video, you're going to have this option to add additional effects. So you have tons of different like backgrounds and like make it look like an old 70s TV show, black and white, all of that stuff. So you're going to push down on bling or gold powder and it's going to go along that, see that green section right there? So this is something, again, you really got to play around with it because it takes some getting used to and learning what works best for you. Don't do too many effects because you're really going to freak people out. But you've got visual effects, transition, split, and so you could like make your face like into 6 Brady Bunch style Zoom looking meetings. So that's kind of how that works. When we talk about music, I already showed you how you can use a sound to begin with, but you have to be careful because sometimes if you use a music, you can't speak over it. Like the music will be on in the background and you can't hear yourself. So if you add music after you've created the video, which is how I explain on this slide, it's going to give you the recommended songs. I always use one of those. And sometimes they're just like little background, like, piano or like goofy or whatever. And I align it with that. Make sure you click on that volume button down here because it's going to be loud and you're not going to be able to hear your original voice. So you want to bring that down to like level 1 or 2. They'll still be able to hear it. And then it also, once again, puts you on that algorithm of people who are using that sound. So the more stuff you do and add to your video, the more followers you're going to get. Like that's how the algorithm works. You just kind of have to learn that. So if you do the music first, you can always do a voiceover later, just kind of like, and there she was sitting in her chair, but if you want your words to be heard, make sure you do the music after. All right, so once your video is ready to post after you've gone through and edited as much as you want, it's very similar to IG here. Describe your videos. Jessie Lee, if you guys watch GoPro, she said do 2 hashtags, 2 in the billions and 2 in the millions. And so when you search a hashtag, you'll be able to see how many followers it has. I've typed in hashtags that have had 0 followers because it's just too specific. I always fill it up with hashtags. I know she says just do 4, but like I've always filled it up. And I'm kind of changing that now because I was doing ER nurse and I was doing, stuff that was already the people that I am, and I'm looking for new people. So sometimes if you do crazy stuff like crazy stories or lit up or, man, that person was high, something like that, you're going to get that kind of audience that are going to search that content or have that content on theirs. So be careful you're not like searching too far away from your demographic and your niche of people. So make sure you're looking at the trending ones. I do the Viva, paper towel ones or whatever, because you generate more people. You can also share to social media down here. You can send it to Instagram, to your stories, you can send it in a message. You can also create a draft. So if you want to do half of your video by the beach and then the other half at home, you can save it as a draft and you can have as many drafts as you want. When you're ready, go ahead and post it. Now to the next on your little bottom line here is your inbox. You can search for all the activity by this little drop down, and that is going to tell you, who's commenting on your stuff, who's liking your stuff, who are your followers. This isn't really like Instagram. You're not going to want to follow everybody. But you need to make sure that you are commenting back on everybody's comment. Like people love that. Sometimes people will comment and not follow you. So if you comment back, that's going to make them want to comment you more. So that's just a big tip there. You can also respond to a comment. So if somebody said, oh my gosh, do you have any advice? You can click on that comment and respond with a video. And then you can be like, yeah, I totally got advice for you. And you can respond directly to that person. So with my nursing videos, I get a lot of questions like, what's, SVT? And I'll respond to it that way. So the upper right button right here, this arrow, those are your direct messages. The direct messages on here suck. You can't do voice memos. You can't send pictures. All you can do is just send words. So I always try to redirect everybody to my Instagram or follow me somewhere else that I can actually talk to you. So on my TikTok, I don't share locations. I don't talk about a lot of personal stuff, but on my Instagram, I have all that kind of information. So on the next page, this is where people can find your Instagram. This little button right here is their Instagram. So you can follow all the people you like, but this is your profile page here, your me page. So much like any other profile, you can create it, make your profile picture. You can edit your little bio right here. You can add a link, whatever you want to do. But when you scroll through people's pages here and scroll through all their videos, they need to be eye-popping. So I started putting words on my very first page. And you can anytime you put any words on it, you can set the duration. So if you only want the words on for 3 seconds, you can do that. If you only want the words on for, 7 seconds, like anything like that, same thing with stickers or anything else, you can set the duration. So I always put the keyword, the like hook to get people to watch. So sometimes one will be like so much blood, or you put the what where. So it's getting people, I want to watch that. And then they'll watch it all the way through. So you got to keep their attention the entire way through the video and hopefully get a comment or like. So you also want to make sure you're doing a call to action, just like we've learned too. So you want to be like and comment and tell me what kind of pain you've been through, something along those lines. So you can also see this button right here is all your liked. And then you can also do like locked videos. I think I only have one just because I made it not for TikTok, for Instagram. The upper 3 dots here is going to be the last page I'm going to show you, your settings and your privacy. So you're going to want to go in here and make sure that you have your settings open to global, that you can get messages from everyone. Because if you don't have that set, only your friends, the people that you're following and they're following you, are the only ones you can communicate with. So you want to be able to get messages from everybody. So play around with the privacy and security and stuff and make sure that you have everything. Now, when you get to 10,000 followers, you can switch to creator mode. Creator mode is going to launch you. So I switched when I was like well over 20,000 because I didn't really know what it meant. So that means that you can actually make money. I've made a whole like $21. Woohoo. So that's how you always hear people like quitting their jobs because of TikTok, because they get in the hundreds and thousands and millions of views. So once you become verified, it's like after 2 million views or 2 million followers or whatever, something like that. Big goals, right? So those are the big people that have been doing this, and they post like 20 times a day. So you guys, the more times you post, the more active you're going to get, the more involved. So you just have to just really get around with it. So play around with these. You can also click on the creator once you're creator and see your analytics, see what's trending, see what's going well, what's your demographic. I have a lot of like older men. I don't know why, but anyway, last page, conclusion, final tips. Your videos need to be eye-catching. Wear things that are going to pop out. Do your hair funny. Put on crazy makeup, whatever. Use that hook. For me, I always say ER stories told by a nurse who used to work in a level 1 trauma center. That's always what I say, even if it's not even really nursing related. But that's what got me the views, you guys, is using a hook every single time. You could do nutrition facts from an average chick who lost over 40 pounds, or, whatever. A lot of people love facts. A lot of people love, content, but do something. I also do a pop. So every one of my videos is like something loud, and like I close a door, or I, open a book, or I pull a curtain. So it's that like catch, and so I do everything like that, but be goofy or be pretty or be both. Sorry to say that's how this works. When I put on the lashes and the pretty awesome, makeup or whatever, I get more views. Like, it's just how people are, but also be goofy, because I follow some really weird people that are just not, like super attractive, but they get the views because they're goofy. And that's just how it goes. You're going to get comments that are haters. You're going to get people that are like, who are you? Oh my gosh. What about this? What about that? I did one video about obesity and people went crazy. Like I personally attacked them. So if you do get a little bit, off color, like, understand that that is going to be a good thing. Sometimes, don't make a habit of it being negative and awful all the time. But if you do push the envelope a little bit, it's going to get you more views. My obesity one has over 100,000 views. Like, think of the size of a city, right? Oh my gosh, huge. So you can duet and stitch people that have a lot of followers. So find people that are verified and you can duet them. And basically what that does is it splits your screen and you just react and you're just like, look at this pretty voice. Oh my gosh. Or if they're spitting out facts, you can be like, exactly. And you can do words and stuff and be like, I 100% agree. Or you could be like, I don't like that. You can do it on the opposite too. So stitch means that their video goes first and then you follow them. So you don't duet them. Uh-oh. So that's what those two mean. And that's what that little arrow button when you're looking at somebody else's video. So have fun. Don't take 1 hour to create 1 minute video. Don't do it. I've done it. It takes forever. I like to fact check. So I have to make sure I'm not going to say something wrong about, a heart failure. And I still mess up words. Like I literally said colonoscopy instead of coloscopy one time. One time I said veins instead of meant arteries. I was like, that's a stupid mistake. But anyway, that is my basic rundown of TikTok. I hope, this made sense to you guys. Share your TikTok on other social media. That's one thing I haven't done. I haven't really, put it on my Facebook or put it on my Instagram or anything like that, because some of my videos are about people putting things in places they don't belong. And I don't really want my grandma watching that. But it's up to you, what your content is. Be specific. If you do 100 different things, you're not going to get people really following you. So once you get past a certain amount, once you get to a ton of followers or whatever, you can start doing other things. I have plugged Bia. I have talked about the 11-day shreds. I do bring that up because it is health related. And so I say, hey, look, guys, here's some videos of me when I was overweight and how I was on the path of having an emergency surgery or having an emergency, come up where I would be a patient in my own ER because I wasn't taking care of my body. And so I could bring it back full circle. So if you are strictly doing videos that are just network marketing, just Isagenix, just whatever, you're not going to get views, guys. You have to do other stuff. So mix it in, get creative with it, put it on your list of things to do, and do, 1 to 3 videos a day. If you have one day where you're extra bored or you have lots of ideas, do a whole bunch. You can save a whole bunch of drafts, but some of my videos that I have felt the stupidest, that I hated the most, got the most views. It's that letting go of fear. It's that letting go of what people think of you, because these are strangers, you guys. They don't know you. You can be whoever you want to be on TikTok. Like, it's not just for kids. There are lots of grown ass people on there, and they watch these videos and they want to have their opinion be known. So they will comment on yours. One of my biggest videos is about pain. And I said, they were ranking the top 5 pain that people go through. And I said, have I mentioned, when I got to number 4, it's like, have I mentioned your worst pain? And that's when everybody goes on to comment. No, you didn't talk about gallbladder. No, you didn't talk about, amputation. No, you didn't talk about this and that, because people want to be validated. They want to be heard. They want their pain. If you want to talk about birth stories, what mom doesn't want to hear about birth stories? Like, dead serious. Everybody wants to talk about how they birthed their kid. Like, engage with them, call to action, be like, tell me this, tell me that, whatever it needs to be. But that is how you're going to get people to follow. And you want them to watch the entire video. So if you start droning at second 40, they're going to swipe. You have to keep them engaged. So Jessie Lee says do short videos too. So you don't have to use that full minute, but do something towards the end that's going to catch them or build up in a story. So when I'm talking about, like, what's going to happen, some of my stories don't have a conclusion. And people are like, what? You didn't tell us what happened. Well, guess what? In the ER, we don't always know what happens, but people will follow you from that. And I've had people tell me that I would never follow you because you don't give me a story. And I said, thank you for your comment, ma'am, because you just got me more attention. I don't care if you follow me or not. You're a stranger. Who are you? And then I had people tell me that I do trends wrong. Like, oh, you're not supposed to pose in that trend. I said, where's the rule book? Is there a TikTok rule book? Because I don't see it. It's not on the New York Times bestseller. Just saying. So, all right, I could probably go on and on, but I hope this helped for you guys. And please let me know if you have any questions, or tell me what your Instagram or your TikTok handle is so I can follow you. And then if you want me to look at your videos and, just give you tips and tricks, like I said, I'm no means an expert. I've only been doing this since July, I think, but seriously, actually, it was a little bit earlier than that, but that's when I started doing the nursing ER videos or whatever. That's when I started getting big. So anyway, hope you guys have a great day, and engage with me in this video and comment and tell me what you took away from this. What was the most helpful bit and piece of this? And let me know if there's anything else that I missed that you're like, I still don't understand this, because I can always do one-on-ones with you. Have a fabulous day.